You too can engage and convert more leads using an AI-powered sales assistant. You're wondering how, Mr. Bono, right? Are you wondering, sir?
Yes.
He's wondering. Good lad. Very nice. All right. Let's take a look at what's going on. That's not the real Bono. I'm the real Bono. That's a Bono bobblehead. Your prospects, though, they might want a Bono bobblehead. Let's take a look at what that person who's interested in buying a Bono bobblehead, say that 5 times quickly, Bono bobblehead, might actually be trying to do. So, right, they reached out, and now somebody reaches back and says, hello, I see you visited our booth about YouTube bobblehead collectibles. You want some information? Can I help you? Right? Very nice and friendly. Person responds, says, oh, of course, I'd love to have some more information. Thanks for being so persistent. It's all good. Your assistant, of course, responds, hi, Jules. I've got a salesperson who's working on Bono bobbleheads. Would love to help you. Person says, absolutely, and in fact, here's a better phone number to reach me on, a good time. Nice and smooth, right? Perfectly easy. And yet, raise your hand. Who here would say that every time someone reaches out to you for a Bono bobblehead or whatever it is your company sells, it goes perfectly that smooth? Raise your hand. Sure. All right. It doesn't, right? Of course not. Now, we know it's a problem. We all know it's a problem. So the lads and me, we decided that we'd do a survey, right? That's not me. That's a fellow Irishman. He has this very special set of skills, so we assigned him. Also, we got some researchers from UC Berkeley, from Cornell, and we had them do a survey. They secret shopped companies, over 300 of them, just to see how bad is the problem really, right? So they actually did a lead follow-up research report. Over 300 companies reached out, secret shopped them, pretended to be a very interested person in whatever they were selling, and then we wanted to see what would happen. And I'm telling you, the most amazing thing happened. No, not that Robin Williams decided to look like me one day, but he was a good-looking lad, I'll tell you that. No, of all the companies, over a third of them, they had this super hot lead, someone who's super interested in their product. Over a third of them never responded at all. Wasted. Incredible, right? Whoop, back up. So, we thought this was amazing, right? Yes, amazing, right? Exactly. So, we looked, the companies that were doing particularly well, what were they doing particularly well so that we could help people do well? And as it turns out, there are 4 things that the companies that are doing it very well are doing. And we call those the 4 Ps of successful lead follow-up. Let's take a look at what they are. You already spoiled one, of course. Promptness. If you're going to respond, this man's taking pictures. This is very good information. Good for you, lad. Promptness. If you're going to be first, you got to be fast. If you're going to respond, first you should, unlike the third of the people, you got to respond quickly. It turns out the likelihood of conversion drops hugely after 3 minutes. Second P, you need to be persistent, right? It's all well and good if you're going to reach out quickly, but if you give up after 1 or 2 tries, now how many of your sales folks do you think are actually maybe giving up after 1 or 2 tries and moving on, right? No, never happens, exactly. But some do, but it turns out that on average, you have to reach out approximately 8 to 12 times before you're going to successfully reach someone. So if you give up after a couple, not going to do you any good. Personalized. So it doesn't do a lot of good if you go out and reach out, and even if you're persistent, if it's just some little autoresponder or something, it's just saying, well, hello, sir, hello, ma'am. You want some personalization there. Put a name in there. Put something in there that explains, why are you even bothered to reach out? Thanks for visiting us at Dreamforce, whatever it is. Thanks for coming to see Bono. Anything like that. And the 4th one is actually get it through the spam filter, but 3 Ps and a G didn't work, so we called it performance. That means who cares if you're prompt or persistent or personalized if the darn email gets caught in a spam filter? It won't do you any good, right? So you have to find a way to make sure that your messages are getting through the spam filter so that people actually feel, because if they don't get it, as far as they're concerned, you never responded. The 4 Ps, right? You want to be prompt, persistent, personalized, and get it through the spam filter. So when we did in summary, when we did this survey, and you, by the way, can get the survey, we're Conversica. You can go to conversica.com, download the entire survey for yourself if you want the specifics. But again, more than a third companies never responded. Most of the companies gave up after 2 attempts if they tried at all, and nearly half of the respondents used email. We didn't take advantage of any opportunity to make it personal so people would listen. Oh my gosh, Sunday, bloody Sunday. Why is this happening? We've dug into it. Why is it happening? The reason is, I'll tell you why. We've done this multiple years now. And when we looked from year to year, something very fascinating happened. We found that some years, one company did brilliantly, and then the next year they did terribly. And then the next year somebody else did terribly, and then they did brilliant. Very inconsistent from year to year. Why? Nobody's graded all the time. That's what we discovered. And the reason is that fifth P, the people. People are inconsistent. People are imperfect, right? We assign people to do this job, and they're biased. They pick some leads. They cherry pick. Sometimes they make a mistake. They get sick. They don't get trained. They get replaced. Whatever. The people are awesome, but this is not a good use of people. Where to find a solution? Where to find a solution, eh? So imagine for a moment. Put on your imaginary Bono sunglasses with me, everyone. Put the glasses on. Good, very good. Bono sunglasses. We're imagining that you had a sales assistant that could then reach out to every one of those leads, right? In a personalized way, promptly, as many times as it takes, always gets through the spam filter. Who thinks that would be amazing if you had that? Absolutely, right? What if you had 100 of them? 100 of them, even better, right? 1,000, million, infinite of them. Wouldn't be as nice as Bono, of course, but it would be a good thing to have. That would be incredible. That is exactly what my friends over there at Conversica, a nice bunch of lads, have put together. They've got your sales team's assistant, but she's got unlimited bandwidth. It's absolutely true. She's artificial intelligence-based software, but she presents herself to your customers as a human sales assistant. And I kid you not, and show me a hand, who here has Bono ever lied to any one of you to your face? No, that's right. I'm not lying now either. People genuinely believe, they genuinely feel like they're interacting with a nice human, a friendly sales assistant, not trying to sell them anything, just trying to help them, like the exchange at the start. It actually is real. Those folks, they've been doing it for 8 years, millions of conversations, companies like IBM, I'll get into that in just a minute. And the beauty of it is, feels like a real human, doesn't feel like AI at all. And because she's reaching out to these folks and they're interacting, right? They're talking back because she's just a nice person. So people actually respond and they share, oh yes, I'd like to talk to a salesperson. And oh yeah, here's the best phone number. And oh yeah, my mother-in-law's in town this week, so call me next week because I'm having a bad one this week, that's for sure. So she's able, by having those conversations, she distinguishes which leads are interested from the ones that are not interested. It's so easy. And then she takes the ones who are interested, passes them on to your human sales folks. The people then, they're spending their days doing the right thing instead of hoping and praying and talking to other bands. They're selling their stuff. They're working on selling and closing. That's a good use of people. This is real stuff. It happens right now. This is a real conversation. My friends over at Conversica, they pulled this straight out of their system. Didn't doctor it, except they, of course, protected the innocent, right? So Rachel really reached out, asked if you're interested. She's just very friendly, just very nice, not trying to sell him. Have a nice day. And sure enough, David, we don't know where, responded, yes, I'd be happy to talk to somebody. This happens day after day after day. You can stop by the Conversica booth. I'll show you where it is in a moment. They'll be happy to show you real conversations just like this. So she responds, right? She's artificial intelligence. She's like a real person. This is not a script. She's able to read this information, respond appropriately, just like a smart person would. So now he's engaged. After that, she hands him off here to a human salesperson. Person does all their work. But a few days later, she knows people are people. So she reaches out again a few days later and says, I just want to be helpful. Make sure you got, what you need. And in this case, it's very nice. He had a good experience, but oftentimes, never happens in your company, maybe the sales rep didn't call. Maybe he did, but the email got caught in a spam trap. Who knows? But a lot of times people say, no, I didn't get any help. And from their perspective, you dropped the ball. There's no other way but this to know that information, right? You can do surveys, but it won't help you. So from soup to nuts, artificial intelligence is going to make sure that your organization is able to cover and engage with every single one of those hard-earned leads. So we get questions now and then. People are, oh, my friend Mark Benioff. He and I get along brilliant. I think my friend Mark Benioff is mentioning Einstein. How do you work? We love Einstein. We think Einstein's the best thing on the planet because it gives you this holistic sense of artificial intelligence. We've been around 8 years doing this out on the front end, engaging with your customers. Now this is fantastic. Salesforce is coming in, bringing in Einstein on the back end, making sure that you have artificial intelligence on that part of the funnel as well. All works together. We're integrated with Salesforce. We're Lightning compatible. So now you've got a much broader view of AI. And this isn't some little garage thing where, me and the lads are in the back there trying to build something interesting. The company's been around, as I said, 8 years. Millions and millions of conversations. How many of your sales folks have had millions of conversations? She has. Millions of conversations. Epson, Hewlett-Packard, all the way from the big lads like this, all the way to some of the smaller shops. If you have a company that's trying to make any money, we can help you do it. And let me tell you, you may be surprised to hear old Bono say it, but it's true. There's nothing wrong with making lots of money. We'll help you do it because the more money you make, the more of that money you can donate to my good friend Mark Benioff's foundation, right? That's a good thing, nothing wrong with that. So yes, it's true. I didn't want to tell you this before. You thought I might have a bit of a Bono ego. I wrote the whole thing. My sincere apologies for the Irish accent. I'm doing my best. And that is what we're doing. And so don't go away. That's right. I forgot. Thank you very much. So we're doing a drawing for some awesome, wonderful Bono gear here.